Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to your Red Rights and You podcast. Here we gather together as patriots, like-minded patriots, with the ultimate goal to purge this great nation from the perverse progressive agenda that's been put into place by the communist left. And then we would love to just restore it right back to its former glory. Now, these days, if you want to see a liberal completely lose their mind, all you have to do is mention Project 2025. It is like waving a cross in the face of a vampire. There's such a huge amount of liberal whining taking place. They're just saying how horrifying and completely catastrophic this thing would be if it were implemented by the Conservative Party. It will completely destroy this country. Now, I'm a staunch believer that the communist left aberration that was once the Democratic Party needs to be completely torn down and rebuilt to the respectability that they once enjoyed. So, considering the source, I was giddy. I was excited. I thought that if they hate it that badly, there's really an excellent chance that it may lead us back in the right direction. So today, we're exploring Project 2025. It's an initiative designed to prepare future conservative administrations for effective governance. Now, this initiative is very complex as it is a complete playbook on how to manage a conservative government. It's very thorough, complete with contingencies. Just the very first part is spelled out in a book consisting of nearly 900 pages. That's why I have to laugh and shake my head when I see a social media post that reads something like, check out what Project 2025 says about abortion, or Project 2025 says this, or Project 2025 says that, all without giving any reference points. They realize that their mindless sheep peers, they won't bother reading through hundreds of pages of copy to find that needle in a haystack. Following their standard procedures, somebody from their fake media or at the top of their communist food chain puts lies and propaganda out there, and that is good enough for them. Confirmation? Nah. No research required. And God forbid they give any specifics. It's like telling somebody to look up in the Bible where Jesus turned water into wine without providing book, chapter, and verse. The only difference is that most Christians who actually care about the Bible and what it teaches would still be invested enough to do the research and find that information instead of being lazy and relying on hearsay. Now, having said that, I'll just be scratching the surface on this broadcast so that hopefully you will get an idea of what Project 2025 is about and still be able to stay awake. So here we go. Project 2025, outlined in Mandate for Leadership, the Conservative Promise, consists of 4 main goals. Number 1 is restoring the family as the core of American life. We can all get on board with that. 2, dismantling the administrative state. Defending national sovereignty and borders, and boy, do we need that. And finally, 4, securing individual freedoms. So, what exactly is Project 2025? It's a presidential transition project spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation. This foundation is a tax-exempt 501c3 organization and Better Business Bureau accredited charity. It's funded by donations from private individuals, corporations, and charitable foundations. Project 2025 includes a comprehensive policy guide for future conservative administrations. It's kind of a LinkedIn style database of potential appointees, training programs for these candidates, and much more. Now, Rick Dearborn, a former White House Deputy Chief of Staff and a visiting fellow at the Heritage Foundation, explained the significance of this project. According to him, Project 2025 does the essential groundwork that no conservative administration has had the opportunity to do before. Dearborn emphasizes that many federal employees support big government policies, and it creates a challenge for conservative administrations. This project aims to equip future conservative leaders to tackle these challenges head on. Let's break down the 4 pillars of Project 2025. Pillar 1, mandate for leadership. This nearly 900-page book features contributions from over 450 authors. It covers detailed recommendations for every aspect of the federal government, from the White House office all the way to the Department of Health and Human Services. Pillar number 2, people are policy. The project compiles a comprehensive database of conservative scholars, academics, and policy experts. Now, this resource aims to ensure that the right people are ready to fill key positions in future administrations. Pillar number 3, training. Training programs dubbed the Presidential Administration Academy, those are designed to prepare these appointees for their roles and ensures that they have the knowledge and skills needed to implement conservative policies effectively. And finally, pillar number 4, executive orders. The project includes an appendix with templates and guidelines for drafting executive orders and regulations, helping future presidents to hit the ground running from day one. Now, Dearborn highlights that if the Trump administration had a resource like mandate for leadership in 2016, it would have been a game changer. He calls on conservatives to get involved with Project 2025. He urges, join the movement, sign up for the database, take the training, and review the book. If you want to impact your government and push a strong conservative agenda, now is the time to act. Now, of course, the communist left has already taken excerpts out of context and sprinkled them with innuendo and assumptions, as they do with anything from the right party that may bump heads with their warped ideologies. Now, I'm sure they will continue to do so with increased intensity and vigor as the election grows closer. So I want to take just a couple of minutes to dispel some of the blatant lies that the communist left is spreading about Project 2025. And I'm going to start out with perhaps the biggest misconception, and that is that this is Donald Trump's plan. They are not affiliated with President Trump in any way, shape, or form. In fact, he has distanced himself from Project 2025. And if you know anything about President Trump, that you will understand that he neither wants or needs a roadmap from other conservatives to get it right. He ran this great country like a business. And as a result, during his first 3 years in office before the pandemic, we enjoyed peace and prosperity like no other time in recent history. Now, here are just a few more of the lies being spread. Number one, it would end no-fault divorce. Divorce isn't even mentioned in the policy handbook, which is mandate for leadership. Number two, oh boy, here we go again, a complete ban on abortions without exceptions. That is not true. While the handbook calls for compliance with laws preventing federal funding of abortion and supports alternatives like adoption, there is no mention of any kind of a ban on abortion. 3, ban contraceptives. Not true. There's no mention of banning or restricting contraception. And then we have the old standby additional tax breaks for corporations and that rich 1% at the top of earners. The handbook advocates for lower taxes for all Americans to stimulate economic growth, which rolls right into higher taxes for the working class. Again, lower taxes for everyone. 6 is elimination of unions and worker protections. That is not true. It suggests reforming federal employee unions, not eliminating all unions. And we've heard this one, raise the retirement age. This is not advocated in the handbook at all. Cut Social Security. No, cutting Social Security is not part of the plan. End the Affordable Care Act. Now, the handbook offers ways to curb abuses of the Affordable Care Act, but not end it entirely. And then raise prescription drug prices. Completely false. In fact, the plan proposes to lower drug prices through competition. Now, to me, on the surface, this looks like a well thought out plan. It may even restore this great nation's sanity and provide a roadmap to get us back on the right path to our prior glory. Now, for more detailed information, go to project2025.org. And I will say this, if anyone would like to discuss specifics of this project, please make sure your references are complete and accurate. I will not discuss snippets taken out of context or twisted to achieve an agenda. If I want to see that, I'll just go back and rewatch Trump's trial. Thank you all for joining us for this episode of Red Rights and You. Please like, subscribe, and spread the word. Your voice matters. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay patriotic. And remember, reference to shirt, you can lead a liberal to facts, but you can't make them think. God bless you all, and God bless America.